In the next series of lessons, we're going to be talking about different ways of configuring irrigation systems or the different ways that they can be installed in. First, I'm going to give you 5 different supply types, and then we're going to talk about 2 valve setups that can be used on sprinkler systems. But in this lesson, we're going to talk about the 2-meter configuration. And this is 2 separate water meters, one that takes care of the water going to the house or whatever kind of building that you've got there, commercial property or whatever it is. And then the second meter, which is usually referred to as the grounds meter, is only for the irrigation or for outside usage of the water. Generally, this is in types where, or in markets where the water is pretty expensive. And in all the markets that I've worked in across South Carolina, the water's been expensive. So on the regular house plumbing meter, you're paying for not only the water, but also for the sewage treatment when that water returns back through the sewer system and it gets processed and then released out into the river or the lake or wherever it's going. But the grounds meter, the understanding is that that water is going to be used through the irrigation system and it won't be returning through the sewage system. So you're being charged only for the water in that, which is usually far cheaper than the sewage treatment is. So I consider this to be the most desirable type of setup because you can use that meter to isolate the irrigation system. Now, in every other way that we're going to talk about configuring the supply types for the irrigation system, I'm always going to recommend an isolation valve. But the difference in that and shutting it on and off at the meter is usually the meter is under the purview or it's owned by the water system. So if something goes wrong on that, then it's on their dime. But if you're shutting an irrigation system on and off by the backflow preventer, there's 2 different ways that can happen, 2 different types of shutoffs. One is a ball valve, and they usually have handles made by a cheap kind of, flat metal that's very easily rusted through. And so sometimes when you're going to do some work on an irrigation system, this box had been filled with water and now the handle is rusted up. And so you go to shut it off and the handle just disintegrates in your hand. This has happened to me an uncountable number of times. That's why I always carry extra sets of these handles on it. But now you're losing the time having to take it off and break the nut loose that's probably rusted as well. And the other type of handle or a shut off on a backflow preventer is a gate valve. And sometimes, it's the kind that you turn and a resilient wedge goes down into a gap. And a lot of times these will kind of get stuck or rust together. And when you're opening it up, it'll break off the little stem that pulls up the gate out of its pocket there. So I always recommend if there's a second meter that's for the irrigation system, always get you a meter key or a meter T, however they're in a T configuration, but use that to turn the meter on and off.